You're welcome to today's show. Um, Good day to all my fans all over the world. This is your host and one and only host, Larry Damala. As we can all see, we are in the season. Merry Christmas to all of you all. Today's topic we're going to be discussing about approving plan. There has been a lot of calls during the week regarding the last show, which I talked about the approval of building plans before you start your project at all. To those of you and those of us that are planning to start a project in 2019 or that have already started a project in Lagos. Lagos today, if you remember in my video last Sunday, I mentioned about that I'm coming to give you a briefing on the approval of building plan approval in Lagos. Once again, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody who has been participating on this show right from the past couple of months that we started. All my fans all over the world, ranging from United Kingdom, Europe, Canada, Australia, USA, all around Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, China. You're welcome to today's show. Right. Please, if you have questions, if you have anything bothering you that you want me to discuss and highlight on today, please do not hesitate in asking the questions. You're coming to today's show. Please, my telephone number and my WhatsApp number is right here. So I welcome all the hustlers. We are all hustlers. All of us that left the shores of Nigeria to improve our lives for green pasture, we are all hustlers, including me. I'm a hustler. I hustle anything that will increase my productivity, that will bring extra income to me, to my household. I hustle for it. So let's put that aside. I'm doing this video today particularly for Nigerians who are going to start their project in 2019. You remember on this show we talk about you buying the land. You don't have to kill yourself to buy a plot of land. You don't have to kill yourself to buy 2 plots of land. You can start a project with half plots. The video you saw on YouTube, I've mentioned times without number on this show. Was a project started with an half plot. Half plot. If you look at most of the houses we are living in Europe, in America, and in some western parts of the world, they are not basically on a full plot. Even in US, the United States, and all those places that have big expanse of land, you have to go to the outer part of the state where you see people living in a fantastic big building. But if you look at Europe and UK per se, we have our like a duplex thing. We have the kitchen and the living room, the parlor, which we call parlor in Nigeria, downstairs. We have the kitchen, we have the dining, and then we have all the rooms and the utility upstairs. So all these are not done on a big space of land. So going to 2019, if you have not excuse me, let me just take something to clear my throat. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. So if you're going to 2019, you haven't started a project yet, you're thinking of starting something, yeah, half plot is not bad. Ranging from £500 to 1 million, and then you can start something. So when you buy the land, you do the survey. When you do the survey, then you do the architectural design. If you want to start your project immediately, you do the building plan. Excuse me. Excuse me, I lost my voice because I'm sorry, this is not right. Excuse me. So, like half plot, where am I now? So, when you do the survey, you do the building plan, and then you send it for approval, and then after that, then you get your figures. You start putting your figures together. How much it's going to cost you to start the foundation? If it is a place where it is solid ground, the foundation can be started straight away. And if it is not a solid ground, you have to do a diamond floor, and then you start thinking of how many blocks would you need to build a 3-bedroom house. Is it 3,009 inches blocks or plus 1,006 inches block? Then you start it. You get your bricklayer. Your bricklayer start working, and you got your cement. You get your granite. You get your sharp sand, and you start building the house gradually to window level, to lintel level. From lintel level, you do the roof. The roof, it could be aluminium long span, it could be Gerald roof, it could be, name it, whatever you want to do, and here and there. So now, today, we're going to talk about the Lagos state and some other states about the plan approval. Right, let me mention something here. If you have not bought, if you are thinking of buying land, I want to make a quick warning here. If you are going to 2019 and you are planning to buy land, please, I want to advise you, please do not make any attempt to buy land in Lagos. Lagos at the moment is not really encouraging. The plan, the government laws in Lagos is not encouraging people from abroad. Not only people from abroad, people who are in Nigeria that are based in Lagos. Some people are even selling what they have, and they are moving outskirts of Lagos to go going to other states to build a land. The Lagos state government is exploiting people, and it's a serious measures that they are doing to exploit people who are trying to buy land. Let me quickly come to you. When you buy a land in Lagos, number one, it is just the beginning of your worries, the beginning of problems. If you buy a land in Lagos today, you're going to do this survey. When you do this survey, you do the building plan. When you do the building plan, it has to be submitted to the town planning to the town planning authority. This is where they are going to assess. Now, there are 4 or 5 stages of the approval of assessment. Now, when you do when you submit the plan and you submit the survey, the plan must be certified by a certified draftsman or certified architect, also submitted with a copy of the land survey. Let me be honest with you, there are 2 catches here. Lagos State have their architects. When you give your job to an outside architect and it's completely done, and when you now submit it to the town planning authority, they will find a fault in this plan because they want you to come back and give it to their architect. they will always find an error in what your architect have drawn or draftsman has drawn. Number one, before you submit your plan, you must make sure that there are two exits, two entrances into a flat, whether a bungalow or a story building, wherever you are, whether it is Lagos State or any other state. This is a fundamental basic requirement on building plan. So if you have just given your building plan to somebody to do for you, or you've done the building plan is about to be drawn, please endeavor to advise your architect or draftsman that they must put two entrances or two exits, one to enter the flat or to enter the house, and another way of escape out, which is the exit. This is a basic requirement when you are doing your construction. And also, if you are doing a building, two building, there must be access to in the compound. One way in, there must be another way out of the compound. So when you do your door, when they do the drawing, it's not only one way out, one way into the building, to the compound. There must be an exit, a way of escape within the compound for your tenant or for residents in that building. So these are some of the things that when you submit to the town planning authority, they look at this and they can easily fault errors on the building plan in the house. And also the distance between your living room, the distance between the ceiling and the lintel level must have a particular standard measurement. I will get the standard measurement that is required. This is some strict measures in building regulations and construction in Lagos. Also, when your architect is drawing, they must put columns on every angles of the building. Sorry, bear with me. What's the question that there is a question? Yeah, I don't seem to get your question very well. What is the question? Right, I don't know anything about Port Harcourt. Sorry, I'm just giving you some basic requirements. Please, some of the information I'm giving you here is for educational purposes, right? What they are doing in Port Harcourt might be different from what they are doing in Lagos State. But bear with me. Maybe during the week I might get you an information regarding Port Harcourt in terms of their what an error I've done here. Compare with your contractor. Sorry, there's an error in some of the scroll that is coming up here. Bear with me, I need to correct that. Sorry, it's a spelling error here. Just bear with me, please. Endeavor to get your questions ready. Bear with me. Where is this now? I want to correct this. Reconstruction. Take steps to get your plan. State materials. Go to Candy.com with when you. Right. Okay. Back to what we're saying. Sorry, I don't have information for you for Port Harcourt in terms of their plan approval. Okay. Right. Back to what we're saying. Now, there is a trick. So many tricks that Lagos State. I'm not saying Lagos State. They have created an avenue for exploitation. Right, and that is why. We are advising people, if you don't have the money to waste, I will not advise you to go and start buying land in Lagos. in the end, some people will just start their project, they will buy the land, and because of these protocols of approving plan this, approving that, their project might not even take off, and in the end they get frustrated. So when you decide they want you, but if you give it to Lagos State architect to draw the building plan for you, they will not find any fault, but it's quite expensive. It is too expensive. Some of the architect takes about ₦1 million, some of them minimum of 500,000 naira to do your building plan, and they will submit it for approval, and there will not be any mistake. Okay, right, that is so much about submitting the distance between the window level and we were looking at the window, the top end of the window, and the top end of the window to the lintel, and from the lintel to the ceiling has a number of bricks that you have to put on top before the ceiling starts. So that's why some houses have high roofs. Good evening. The cost for decking a house far more expensive than roofing, and do you have ideas of play? Now I don't understand about of paying state. No, I don't know. What is the last two words that you wrote? Right, yes, the cost of the decking is enormous, more than the cost of roofing. I happen to get involved because when you start buying iron rod, the cost of depend on the size of the house you are building, but the iron rod cost is huge amount of money. Different types of iron rod, 12 mm, 15 mm, 16 mm, 12 mm, binding wire, cost of the welder, cost of the granite, cost of the sharp sand. You use minimum of 100 bags of cement. You get rent concrete mixer. It is absolutely Osun State. Oh, okay. In Osun State, right? In Osun State, things are Osun State and Oyo State. Things are slightly cheaper than Lagos State. But if you have the money, you can deck, because decking a house is like buying additional land. It's just that you put it on top of another one. It's like buying another land. So you have a ground floor, a house on the ground floor, and you put another house on top of the other. So it's like you building two houses, one on the same on different land. So that's what the price you are paying to deck your house. Yeah, it is the price that you have to pay. When you deck, you have to consider that it is a solid concrete that they are doing. I'm coming back to that. There is something I'm going to tell you guys today. If you can afford it, it is much better. It saves you it saves you time, energy, money, and heartache of having to ring the Nigeria here and there, send me images. I'm coming back to that on the issue of decking. I've got a little information I'm going to share with all of us who are planning to deck their house later today. So back to the approval stage. Please bring your questions. Let us ruminate it together. This is a forum that makes people to think and say, look, I need to do something back home in Nigeria. The terrain that we are here is not meant for you and I for a very long time. The terrain is here is just to walk around and raise your family, make as much money as you can, and then invest in Nigeria. Nigeria is good. Forget about what the politicians are doing. Nigeria is a place where you buy something today, the next 6 months, say for example you buy a plot of land today, in the next 6 months go back to that person whom you bought the land from, you're not going to get it the same price anymore. So people are moving. As people move, as time goes on, price, as day goes after days, as years goes after years, prices of land and property are not stable the same. Okay, enough of that. So in approving the plan, you're going to submit they're going to request for tax clearance. When they want to assess the land, they're going to ask for tax. This is Lagos here. To those of you who are planning to build a house in Lagos, tax clearance, and their tax clearance is according to your status. You could pay, if you buy a land of 1 million, you could pay a tax clearance of about 3 million. So I don't know where you want to start. Not only tax clearance, you're going to give them certificate of soil texture, certificate of a civil engineering company. Agbakin, greeting from Malaysia. How are you, Sam? Merry Christmas, Mr. Agbakin. Girl, 2019 will be a great year for all of us. Believe you me. If you put your plans together now, as we are running towards the end of the year, and say by March, I will have done my roofing. To those of us who have not done their roofing, to those of us who have not bought a land, they say by March, I will have done my foundation. I will have done I will have bought 3,000, 5,000 blocks. I will have built the house to lintel, window, above window level. Then I will have done the lintel. I will have done the screeding, plastering. I will have done bought my gate. Gate starts from 100, minimum of 100,000 naira. You can get a good gate. You can get a very beautiful gate. 150,000, depending on your taste. You can say by March, I will have secured that credit loan. I will have sold one thing or the other to now to do my aluminium window. I will have done aluminium window with the burglar proof. I will have done what's it called? I will have done the decking. I will have completed the topper. I will have done the wiring of my house. By March, I will have done the painting. By March, I will have done all the tiles on the floor, in the floor of my house. By March, I will have done all those showers, all those bathroom accessories. I will have done that. So these are the kind of stories I want to be hearing, Mr. Agbakin. I don't know the stage of your contract, of your project. So that is just some of the encouraging things that we need to be hearing from our people that are based abroad. Abroad is not the lasting solution for our life. We are going back home, and when we go back home, we want to be confident and bold that yes, I did not stay just for that alone in abroad. I've got these things that I've already erected in Nigeria. If you are going to start fish farming in 2019, you want to start rearing piggery. You can buy 2 plots of land and start that. If you want to say, okay, you know what, I don't want to do that, I want to go into proper farming, high mechanized farming. There is equipment that you can rent. You don't have to, there's no hose anymore. So depending on the project you have in 2019, or you want to start real estate and rent houses out for people in 2019, it is possible. There's nothing impossible that we cannot do. So by March, these are the structures which I will have done by March. Anyway, going back to the Lagos State approval of their sorry, I need to take some drink, please. My throat is getting dry. So, say by March, I will have done so many. So, Lagos, back to what we are saying, is such a frustrating thing today. So, the tax clearance, some people will buy a land for 1 million and pay even about the same amount for tax clearance. Don't forget that that is just one iota of it. You must get certificate from a company. Yes, it is possible, my brother. There's nothing you cannot do. The God that brought you from that thousands of miles, you flew over the Atlantic Ocean to the place where you are the woman. You know how many millions of people that is looking for the opportunity that you have today, where they want, in fact, they want to be even to go to Libya of all places. If you know how many people that want to rush, yeah, thank God for your life. What could be the cost for a standard poultry farm building? That one, I am not an expert in that, but we can together find out. You can Google it, but please don't jump into it. I have a friend who is doing fish farming, fish farming in Ikorodu. He has 4 plots. I can ask him question, but it's too late now to call him. And he's doing very well, to be honest with you. The guy don't want to work. Is going back to Nigeria finally. His business is doing very well. He's producing fish left and right, here and there. He's even exporting his fish to some Niger Republic. He's doing very well. The catfish, they produce en masse. They quickly, in fact, in London here, to buy 1 catfish in London is £10. 1 fish, 1 catfish is £10. So to tell you that there is dignity in labor. Whatever you want to do, get the cost and put it together. Get the cost and cost it. Ask question round. Google. That's why Google is there. Google is there to search for information. And please, for God's sake, I want to tell you, if you are going into such business, endeavor not to employ family members into this, because you can be messed up. I want to tell you of a guy who wanted to start what is it called? Oh, is he? I can't remember what this guy was starting. Yeah, granite oil production in Ondo State. He wanted to start. What's that? What's that? I appreciate, but what could be the cost of? No, another one. Chop money. I love the way you try to encourage people. Keep it up. Thank you very much, my girlfriend. I just paid for a piece of land, but the man I bought it from said that I should do transfer of ownership. How do I do change of ownership? Right. I don't know how you bought the land. I don't know. Did you buy it from somebody who's already owned the land, or you bought it from Omonile? I don't understand that. The transfer of ownership you have to employ. Because you are abroad, I will advise you to get a solicitor. Don't do a botched transfer of ownership. It is very, very dangerous. They will corner around and say they did not do this. If you know that you cannot travel home to go and get this done, we can get you solicitor or a lawyer that will tell you, don't penny wise pound foolish. The money that you are going to spend to protect your investment, look for it. And not from Omonile. Okay, thank you, my dear. Yes, if it is not from Omonile, I don't know the source who to introduce, but please get this. I can get you a lawyer who. Can you tell me where the land is? Is it in Lagos? Is the land in Lagos? If the land is in Lagos, there's a lawyer. There are 2 lawyers that we can get you that can help you. Oh, sorry, my spelling of comment. I need to change that. Sorry about that. I was rushing to type. Bear with me. Let me just quickly comment. Yeah, from someone who already had the land. Okay, Abeokuta. Okay, Abeokuta is not too far. Okay, I don't have to get you a lawyer, but you can get a lawyer who can do the transfer of this. They might tell you if it's too expensive, try another lawyer, try another solicitor who can. Bear with me. I got a text from my phone now. Bear with me. Just 1 minute, please. Sorry, I got my land. I was looking for my phone. It was a text that came in from Switzerland. I've been expecting this call. I will answer the person later. Okay, right. So to get the land, to get the land, also ask the person. I think you still need to survey, even if the person has surveyed the land before. Yeah, they can still, you still need to survey your own land. You definitely need to survey your own land. Now, export, please. Those of you who are into the business of exporting business, or you are about to go into export of cars. I think I've deviated to beyond, but I need to leave that for another day. So, like I was saying, the issue of in Lagos, when they will ask for tax clearance, minimum of ₦1 million, they want to assess the building plan. If it is two flats, each flat has an assessment. They don't have a fixed price, unlike in your state. Each flat, if it's a 2 duplex, it is 120,000 naira per flat. So that's why people are running away from Lagos. Now the assessment, nobody can give you a figure depending on the value of that area. If the area is a very, very good area, you are looking at paying a huge amount of money. They will just go there, and they won't go there. They will assess it. They have figures of what the value of houses is in that area. So you're not looking at paying. You're not looking at paying small money for the assessment. Every structure, every building that is on the land, on each land in Lagos, you have to before you start. Well, in the building plan, there's an amount you have to pay. Minimum at least. You don't pay at all. You pay 300,000 naira. 300,000 for assessment. You have to go for assessment. During this assessment, the environmental or something soil department or something department, they will need to see the certificate that the texture you have gone to do soil texture, to test what kind of soil that is on that land. They will put their own chart. Then after the assessment, then you have to give money here and there. In the end, you are looking at, if you buy a land 1 million, 2 million, you ended up spending additional, at least the cheapest area in Lagos, you are spending additional 3 million naira. That's why a lot of people, that 3 million will have taken you to the window level in the house that you are building another state, in Ogun State, your state, Osun State. Right. This is something that you have to be very careful with. There is task force, and if you have started your building construction before you send for approval of the plan, they can send it upright. There's a way how to do it. If you have started building construction on the land, and you now, what is this say? So I have to do the survey again, even if the seller of the land have done it. Yes, every time a new owner takes over a land, they have to do a new survey. Because don't forget that the survey, if you go to some of my videos that I've had on this forum, I've shown you the picture of survey. Your name will be on a new survey, not the name of the previous owner, because the previous owner has a survey. It's a blue paper chart. His name, his address, is the location of that house, and his name. If it's Mr. and Mrs., you are not bearing that person's name, so you are going to do a new survey. You cannot present the survey of the previous owner for the approval in town planning. So it has to be a new survey that has your name on it. Okay, so the previous owner will not, otherwise he has not sold the land. If you have to take his own survey that has his name, that was done by somebody else, you have not bought the land from him. Okay, let's put that one aside. So, like I was saying, if some people by accident or by ignorance, they have started building on the land, that is additional cost. So you have violated the laws of Lagos State by erecting structure on the site before you get your plan approved. You have given them chance to exploit you. You have given them chance to now ask you more money. So you have to bribe. Right. There is another way around it. Okay. There's a way around it. If you don't have the money, all that total money for the approval, because it's a lot of money, and you want to start your project before the approval, you have to bribe. I'm sorry that I'm using the word bribe, it's too crude. You have to tip them and go, because there are different sections. Because when they are sending their task force out to those the areas where new development or new construction, because they go around and see any houses that the approval plan, the long plan number is written on the wall. So people do write on that wall so that they will not disturb their workmen. So they go in and ask for the proof of the plan that they have approved the land. If they cannot produce it, they mark the building. So for the task force who goes around inspecting houses that their plan has not been approved, they have to pay the money of about 200, or minimum of 200,000. When you pay 200,000, they will have to go to the task force section and say, please, so area, so construction in Ajegule, so construction in Akonjo, so construction in Ibejuleki, so construction in Agege. When we don't disturb them, they already started their project and they are submitting their papers, their plan and their survey in. Please, when you get to this area, they have already seen us, they have already paid this money, so don't disturb them. However, you must, for you to go ahead to do your construction, and you have paid the money to prevent the task force coming to disturb your oh, thank you, dear. Yeah, so for you to carry you don't have the 3 million to complete your survey, to complete your approval plan with Lagos State government and some other states. Then you have to be able to give them a tip. Your man who is doing the running for the approval will have to go and see them with 200,000 and pay different departments to prevent task force from going to mark the site. Right now, paying the 700,000, the 200,000 doesn't mean that 200,000 you're not going to submit. While you are doing your plan, your construction, and you're still looking for the money to complete the plan, you don't want them to disturb or stop your project. You will submit the paper, the plan and survey, and you instruct them at the site to continue your building construction. So that is that. But you still have to submit. However, if you go ahead without submitting your plan, without going for the town planning approval assessment, without doing the soil testing to civil engineering department, without doing all this, I just take the bull by the horn and said, I want to start my construction. I'm afraid you're playing with fire. You are playing with fire. Now, they will send task force. They will send task force round to the project. They will send task force. You will all know what we mean by task force in Nigeria. Now, please take note of this very well. When they send their task force round, they will give them at the site warning that they should stop their construction. If they serve them a warning, first warning, if they stop, or if they submit their plan for approval with the state, they will go to the local government. They will go to the Alausa, so many places in Lagos State, revenue, the lands and revenue, which will give them a form to complete. They have to go there, and when they go there, they have to give them a bribe of 200 no, they're not 200,000 now. You're looking, they will find them for them to have started a project without submitting or getting their plan approved. They will find them minimum of 500,000 naira. So you bought a land, you violated the state inland revenue, lands and revenue by not submitting your plan. You get a fine of 500,000. They stop them from doing construction for the next couple of weeks. Now, if you don't listen, a month after, they come round, they serve them another warning. So, if you're stubborn, you don't go and see them, you pay addition, they double your money. That's maybe you're going to pay 1 million fine now. So, how much do we make abroad? We're working hard in snow in the winter time. Now it's already winter in UK. It's winter already, and I'm freezing. Thank God I've got a very good heating system. Some of us, we work hard. 3 days we're on the road. And on the road we eat our breakfast, we eat our lunch, we eat our dinner. Before we come back home, our children, family have already slept. Before they wake up, you already jump out. You didn't see your children, you didn't see your family, but because you're making ends meet to pay your bill, to pay the tax, to make sure that you don't get into trouble in the country where you're serving, and then you now come to with all this. You want to try and make an investment in Nigeria, and you're facing all this. You'll be frustrated. That's the reason why some people don't want to go. That's why, but we're saying now, please, if you are going to 2019 and you want your money to work well for you, you want to smartly invest in Nigeria, please be warned, do not go and buy land in Lagos. You can go, that's why everybody is running out of Lagos. You can go to Ogun State out there. You can go, when we say Ogun State, some places are so close to Lagos, like the project you see on YouTube, there's just about 20 minutes drive from there to Lagos. Some of them are 15 minutes drive. Some places in Agege, after Agege, I know that place is mainland, but some places very close on the express, very close to Lagos. Do not, please, I'm warning you, because we are here to help one another. Do not let anybody deceive you and say, come to Nigeria or bring me money, I'm going to buy you land in Lagos. It is going to drain you. In the end, before you even start, you've already been frustrated, you've already failed. So don't go and put your money in a project in Lagos that you never see the end of it. The project will not see the light of the day. Okay, so that is that. Now, if on the second warning you did not go to the lands, Ministry of Lands, and you did not submit or start the process of your plan for approval, and they come to the third time, they will collect all the contractors, all the workers on the site, and lock them up. They put them in jail, 6 months jail, and fine the owner. They might even confiscate the land. So look at that. What a painful end. What a painful beginning. You have not even start anything. You've already failed. So I'm warning you, 2019, you guys that are working hard abroad in Malaysia, in Singapore, in China. By the way, I'm coming to Japan in 2019. I'm coming to make some videos. I'm coming to do some researches. I don't know, Guangzhou, the business district of China. So those of you, when I arrive, I'm going to tell you, and we can come together and do one or two things to speak to Nigerians live on YouTube. Okay, so that's that. Please, if you're just joining, if you're just connected to this site, to this forum, it is a forum, it's a wake-up call forum. People are frustrated by the behavior of Nigerians abroad, in Nigeria. When they want to start a project, we realize that people will double their. I've said it here. When you give your project to people in Nigeria, initially they are very good. Initially they are nice to you. They're doing what you ask them to do. They're nice. They're going on errand. But suddenly they just changed. They just changed. They get money from doubling the cost of materials. If they need 2,000 blocks, they will say they need 5,000 blocks. So they've already got double the money in their pocket before they even get the service labor cost. they go to the people that are selling the product. They add money to the materials. They already colluded. They set you up and make money. So 2019, these are things you need to be careful. You have to be warned, to be wise. You have to be very smart. Look at Donald Trump. You have to be very ruthless. He's a ruthless man. Don't get me wrong. I don't like his attitude, but I like his way of getting results. So as a hustler, I'm a hustler. You are a hustler. Wherever country you are, you hustle left and right to make ends meet, to get things together, to get things go. Get your plans right in 2019, and don't get sucked into obnoxious contractors. Don't get sucked into some systems that you cannot fight. Don't get sucked into some system you don't have an answer to. So be warned as you're going to 2019, because a lot of us, before we know what happened, March is already there. By the time we finish January, February is a short month, 28 days. And then before we know what happened, we're already in March. Before we know what happened, we're in Easter. So you just look at it and say, well, oh my God, the year's first quarter has already gone. What have I done? You got to be making frantic effort to say, to make sure that something significant is done yearly. So what did you say? What could possibly be the cost of decking a 16-room self-contained? I might have to put the cost together. I need to see the measurement. You need to send me on my WhatsApp. Send me the measurement. I'll look at it. I'll look at the size and the dimension, and possibly if the house the house has extension at the edges, which is cantilever. It's called cantilever. So I need to look at that. So guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please invite people to this channel. Please give me a good comment so that I can. And then from time to time, I own Ebony World TV. I will be putting some videos on this channel. I want you to encourage me when it comes up. Please make sure you watch it. I'm trying to build something, or a TV channel that everybody, Nigerians worldwide, will be able to identify that this is one of our own that owns this. I'm proud of all of you, and I want you to be proud of me. I'm proud of everyone. It's not easy to make ends meet in the land that we are here. We are in the country where we are based. Don't get me wrong, it is not easy, but God, who had directed, who has made us to be where we are, He has proposed that we are going to be in that country. He will give you every ingredient, every resources at your disposal to make you succeed and make ends meet and make extra money to be able to make an investment back home in Nigeria. We are not going to be lost. We are not going to be sucked into the system that sucks people in. Pay taxes, pay this, pay that. You don't get anything free. You don't get any. Nigeria is a place where you can buy your house, build your house outrightly. You don't pay mortgage. You don't pay for the next 25 years. So you need to look at what you are doing in 2018. How many things that can you cut down? What can you cut off? Let me be honest with you. What can you sell to raise money and get money to start a project? See, it's just the moment to start. Once you start, you never stop until you complete. So you get this act right in 2019. I said, well, look, what are the frivolous things? What are the what are those things that I'm doing? Is there any way I could have done it better? If you are smoking 20 cigarettes, you got to cut it down to 5. I know it's not easy to stop an habit. If you are drinking 10 bottles a week, you have to cut it down to 2. If you womanize, you got to say, what have I gained from this? And then you got to cut it down. Let me be honest with you. In the respective countries where you are, whether you spend dollars, whether you spend Japanese yen, whether you spend yen, whether you spend euro, whether you spend pounds, let me be honest with you. If you buy cars, don't get me wrong, we have to use good things. Nigerians are good, they like good things. In any country where you are, when you buy when you buy a car is one of those things that drains money. You got to fuel it, you got to pay insurance, you got to service it. Depending in the UK, you service your car every 12 months you have to buy so many things. I don't want to get into it. That's just the digression. Now, if you buy a brand new car of £20,000 or $20,000 or 20,000 of the currency of the country where you are, the moment you drive that car out of the dealer or where you bought it from, it depreciates every year. It loses value by 1,000 of that currency of that country. Okay, but come to think of it, $4,000 or £4,000, if you put it on a land, every year it adds value to that land. Every year it adds value to that land. By the next World Cup, if you start a project, say for example, you bought a land today, the next World Cup is 2022. Before you know what happened, that land has gone up in appreciation. Meanwhile, 4 years, the car that you bought 4 years, you cannot even sell. You can, if you bought 10,000, you are lucky to get £2,000 or $2,000 back from that car. So in 2019, how smart can you put your money? How smart can you work? Can you say I want to operate? How smart? How plan? The hustlers, they always think of what if I don't have this? What can I do? Sorry, I need to take some drink. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. So, like I was saying, it is important. Sorry, back to what I was saying. You got to take a bold decision and say, look, I've done all this. I did not make any ends meet for me. I want to make a way. I want to make a headway in 2019. By March, I want to say I've done something. I've started something in 2019. Okay, right. The approval of plan in Lagos State could ruin somebody's chances of going to Nigeria to start a building plan. Now, I've said it, some states like Oyo State, some states like Ogun State, you can buy a plot of land for 500,000, you can buy a half plot for 500,000, depends on what you want. See, you don't, like I said on this forum before, you don't need a whole plot. All you need is a size of land, and you tell your architect to start to build, to design something for you, and with 10 million naira you can complete a house. With 10 million naira, don't forget about what you see on Nollywood movie, forget about all those fairy tales. Not many people have that amount of money anymore in Nigeria, but those people that have it, they have it. But let me be honest with you, not many people have that kind of money anymore. But if you are going to be doing something bit by bit, this is the style, this is an idea, this is the way to do it. That's how to do it. You have to put the money as you earn it, pay as you go, and you get it done. You have to get to your destination. Right. Let me go to premix. Like I said, I'm coming to decking. To those of you who are planning to deck their house, there's another way of avoiding a big headache of getting the granite, 3/4 granite, or getting the sharp sand, or getting how many number of cement, how many number of sharp sand. If you get the welder to do the iron rod, the ironing. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, I appreciate that. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I want you to subscribe. I want you to encourage me. I'm one of your own. I'm one of the hustlers. I came to UK. I won't tell you the number of years I've spent here. And I don't know. I don't want you to tell me how many years you've spent in whichever countries you are. Let me be honest with you. It is not how long, but how well. It is not how long. You can start something. You can make a decision, a solid decision today. I say, well, you know what? This terrain, I'm fed up. Enough is enough. I'm not saying you should pack your bag and baggages back to Nigeria, but you should know that the terrain is not for you forever. So you can start putting things together, right? And then start putting things together, and then midway in the year, by March, you will have done something. You will have made headway. You will have decided to say, okay, you know what, I've got $1,000, I've got $5,000. I told you of the story of a young man who listens to my program. My program was not even as big as this. I don't do live show then. He was believing God for something, you know, because like I said, what's his name? The guy that is in the Bible, what's his name? Prodigal child. He came to himself. When somebody said somebody came to himself, they came to realize and say, oh Lord, I've been in this country so long. What have I done? I've helped auntie, I've helped uncle. Whenever they call me from Nigeria, I'm always there to help them. Whenever my sister call me from Nigeria, I'm always there to help them. Whenever they call me for this, for launching, I'm always there to help them. Whenever they call me to donate something, I can't count the number of donation and help I've done the past 6 years. It is now time for me now to start looking after myself. It is now time for me now to start thinking of how I can better my life, how I can put something down in Nigeria. I've lived in this country for so long, but I don't have a flat in Nigeria. I don't have a roof in Nigeria. Anytime I go to Nigeria, I always stay in an hotel. I spend huge amount of money, which could have been used to buy a small plot of land. I take people to parties. I spend money for this. I spend money for that. Yet, when I'm going back to my country, all of them follow me. All of the people that are following you to the airport, they have their own house. They have their own family. They have what they're using to make money. They're renting it out. But you that you are even helping them, giving them money, supporting them, encouraging them, sending that to school, sending that to college, don't even have a small 1-bedroom flat in Nigeria. So you got to think about that and say, you know what, I have tried. It sounds a bit harsh, it sounds a bit selfish. I have tried for these people. I'm now going to be looking after myself. I'm going to make headway in 2019. That is a kind of bold decision, bold statement you're going to make. I say, you know, I'm going to 2019. I won't let any uncle or any auntie or any brother drain me in 2019. 2019 is going to be my year, and I'm going to make it, and nothing will stop me from making it. So you're going to say, look, 2019, I'm going there. Enough of these aunties and uncles and brothers and sisters and friends that call for help. Right? Thank God for their lives. I want to look after myself. I want to make a statement, a serious, strong statement. Say, by March, I have procured a land. By March, I've started my fish farming. By March, I've started my piglet farming. By March, I've already started exporting machineries, machine tools. I'm renting a concrete mixer out. I'm renting digger. I'm renting caterpillar out. I've started my machine tools business, which I rent to local contractors, and I have a reliable person to help me monitor it. By March, I've already started kind of security outfit, because a lot of us, we have acquired a lot of experience in Europe. We have acquired a lot of things in China. We have acquired a lot of things, knowledge in Asia. You can export medical equipment. You can export. You can send. Let me be honest with you. There's a lot you can think of in 2019 that you can do. Sorry, I think I'm having a problem with the internet here. Sorry. I just hope I don't have any problem here. Bear with me. I need to make an adjustment to this. I need to do an adjustment. So you say, let me be frank with to one another, right? 2019. You look back 2018 and say, oh, thank God, 2018 has been a wonderful year. I've got good health. I was able to stay in employment in 2018. I was able to have a good relationship without any trouble in 2018. All these things were not your making. God has made it possible, right? And you say, you know what? I've had a troubled 2018, and I'm going to 2019. All the errors, all the mistakes I made in 2018, I want to put it behind me. And I want to start afresh in 2019. And let me be honest with you. I want you to think like the prodigal child. right? Something is wrong with my internet. Sorry, it's the internet. I don't know. Bear with me. Right, sorry. Right, so I want you to think like a prodigal child who in 2000 he didn't see anybody preaching to him. Nobody preached to him. Nobody preached to him. Bear with me. Oh gosh. Sorry, just a bit of technical fault here. Right, so it was a little bit of problem with the internet, but it's coming back now. I think I'm getting back. Sorry. Should be back in a minute. Right, okay. So welcome back. Okay, like I was saying, I want us to reason objectively, articulately, constructively in 2019. He said, just to think to think rationally, projectively, like the way the prodigal child. Let me be honest with you. The prodigal child was an analogy that best described somebody who sat down and thought very deeply and said, I am fed up with my status quo. How many of us are fed up with the way and manner things were going around us, wherever countries that we are? How many of us know that you can do better than what you are doing? How many of us know that the kind of lifestyle you're living, you kind of don't like it, but you know there is something bigger, greater in you that can propel you, that you know. I'm not saying you should leave the job that you are doing. I'm not saying it's just something that you got to sit down and reason and say, you know what, I remember when I came into this country, I was doing a security job, and I just sat down one day and said, you know what, I'm fed up. I'm a graduate. How many graduates is doing? Well, I compare myself as one of those guys that stands by the door of Mr. Biggs and opens the door, wear the uniform, and open the gate for customers to come in. And then when they are going, customers can give them a tip and give them some money. And I said, well, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this security guard anymore. People look at you as if you're just a non-entity, or you don't have it. Don't get me wrong. You can do anything, but you know where you're going. You can start anyhow, as long as money comes in. But what I'm trying to say is that prodigal child in the Bible is not meant for preaching. It's for somebody to say, you know what? I don't like my circumstance. How many friends? The friends that I'm running around with, they're not helping me. My life is not the way I want it to be. My life is not, I don't like the status quo. I want a change, a dynamic change, a progressive change, a positive change, a glorious, something that can make, I'm not enjoying what is happening at the moment. So that's the kind of reasoning that a hustler has to think of The prodigal child looked at himself and said, you know what? When I was with my dad, I never eat with the swine. The guy squandered his money and he was had to be begging money here and there. And the reason, he woke up and said, well, I'm going to go back to my dad. It was the day he thought, he made a change, a positive decision and said, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going back. And that was the turning point for the prodigal child's life. So I want you to have a turning point decision in 2019, a turning point, positive decision, a positive reasoning, and say, you know what, enough is enough for the wise, enough in 2018, enough of all the struggle that I made in 2000, enough of me struggling, enough of me struggling to make ends meet. I get the money, I spend it, I pay tax, I pay that, I don't buy shoes, I don't buy that, this is draining me, enough of things that are draining my resources. I want to look back and say, and if I cannot go forward, I know where I came from Nigeria. I can start something, I can make something, I can resell something, I can export machineries, I can export things that are productive, that I can go back in 6 months and stay 2 weeks and resell it. These are things that you should be thinking of, rather than you amassing wealth here and there that makes so much. Do you think that people that you left in Nigeria, that have 65 inches TV? They have good things. I was in Lagos in May and I saw how good things. Nigeria is good. Nigeria is good. I bought a petrol. I've never feel a tank in UK before. I feel a tank with 7,000 naira. I even gave the. In fact, I love it. You have to eat good, not GMO food. You have to eat, real food, not something that has been modified. So I'm going to stop here. Oh, sorry. One more thing. Please forgive me that I forgot to mention. To those of you who are going to deck your property, have you thought of pre-mixed concrete? Nigeria has developed in such a way now that you don't have to buy granite or sand or cement. This is already been mixed all together. So I am going to stop here. This will be focus of my discussion in next Sunday when you come back. I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. So by the time I come next Sunday, Christmas is already gone, and we've all eaten, eating our turkey, eating our chicken. So on next Sunday, if you have anything that you want to discuss about, please bring it down. I'm going to have done 1 hour 8 minutes. Usually I thought I'm going to do 30 minutes today, but I never knew I'm looking at my time now. I've exhausted myself. So please, as hustlers, as you and I know that the land where we are, God has favored us to come to these countries. God has favored us to be there. God has proposed that we're going to be there. And when we are there, we should use one eye in the country where we are, put our eye and do what we are doing, and put another eye to Nigeria. You see, like I said, Theresa May went to Nigeria because of the Brexit. And not only UK, there is economic turmoil all over the world. Look at Indonesia had a tsunami. Over 300 people have died, have gone with the tsunami. Turkey had a problem with Donald Trump. When Donald Trump and the president of Turkey, they were flexing muscle, and suddenly the lira, the currency plunged. There was a brick that collapsed in Italy a while ago, and immediately that affected their currency. And look at France; they are fighting day and night. Instead of focusing on the economy, it's terrorists that is attacking them. And the same thing in UK. Brexit is what we are talking about. The economic development is not growing. It's the Brexit we're talking about. So there is instability all over the world, all over the world. So you've got to think and have your plan B. A hustler always have plan B and say, well, if things are not going positively and smoothly where the country I am, I can look back and say, I came from Nigeria, I can invest something in case. Nigeria is a place where you put your money and it grows. So forget about the politics and whatever. And the election is coming in February, so you have to be very careful of your investment. Or if you are traveling, you have to map your strategy properly. There's a general presidential election coming up in February. So when you are doing your things, you have to map this and put this part of your plan. So I want to be hearing positive. Sorry, I'm sorry for joining late. Have you already done the video about fuse board? No, I have not got to electric. I haven't got to electric point. I haven't reached the electric section of construction at all. What we were discussing today was just about the plan for approval, and then not to get entangled with the plan and the plan of Lagos State government to drain people and frustrate people from doing investment. So if you already got a plan already in Lagos, where God help you, you will get to the end of the boat. Please be careful of what area of the Ministry of Lands and Inland and Revenue that you are going and for approval. If you need to know more, WhatsApp me and I can give you some tips on this. So I'm just rounding up now, so I'm going to round up in another 2-3 minutes. So like I said, you got to be careful of what plans you have towards February in Nigeria. Election is presidential election. We hope it goes on very well. We pray everything is our country. We have no place to go to return to. It's not Nigeria. Nigeria is going to be safe. It's going to be good. Our families and relatives and brothers and uncles are there. We don't wish them bad things. We believe that anything that happens to them happens to us. So because we are connected to them anyway. So we hustlers that we are running, we are moving to 2019. Let's think positively. Let's see what we can cut, excesses we can drop to make sure that I can create a room for investment in Nigeria. I'm going to cut off now. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, encourage me, and from time to time I'll be bringing Nigerian video. I've just secured the right. All these things cost money. I've just secured the rights of 1 or 2 videos which I will send and I will pass around. Please encourage me to watch it to increase my time and minutes on YouTube, because if YouTube approve my video, there will be adverts that will be running on this channel, and that will give me revenue to be able to make more videos and more things for you guys, for your listening and watching enjoyment. It is a great privilege to have this opportunity, have you great guys around me listening to me and encouraging me, and I'm so glad, I'm happy that one of us as hustlers, we are together. God has proposed that we're going to be in the country where we are, and the God that has given us that mandate and given us that opportunity to be in that country will always be with us, beside us, in front of us, protect us, guide us, give us that support, and lift us financially to be able to make an appreciable impact and investment in Nigeria. I'm going to stop there. I will try and come up again on Sunday with another exciting Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. I'm going to Aman Zambia. Thank you for joining. I'm going to stop here now. I wish you all Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, that we all hustle and strive together and make and strike our goal. You begin to think and plan and begin to put plans together and figures together of how you can do it. Talk to me, text me, WhatsApp me. I can help you. Go to www.ganjua.com, www.ganjua.com for building materials, compare building materials prices for building materials comparison. So I'm going to stop here. I hope to see you next Sunday with another exciting topic. I'm hoping to talk on concrete mixer that is delivered to your site without you buying cement, without you buying granite, without you buying concrete mixer, without you hiring concrete mixer, without you buying sharp sand. So this is going to be a ready-made concrete mix with what, and the company will just come, send a big, we know concrete premix in the countries where we are, we see it day and night. You can start a business in that. You can actually start a business of concrete mixing as well. If you have access to good second-hand vehicle that are concrete mixing, you can start that, or the one that sucks people's septic tank away. You can start that business. Come to put a proposal together. Come on this forum. We'll share ideas of things, other businesses you can start. Okay, so I'm going to start the next Sunday. I will talk about the ready mix concrete that they will just deliver to yourself. It is more convenient. You don't have to worry yourself. All you need to just to pay for the money, and it's well mixed together, rather than you hiring laborers, contractors, and buy bags of cement. They're stealing. They said you need 100 bags. Meanwhile, you need 30 bags. If they say you need 200 bags, then maybe you need 100 bags. So the concrete mixing company don't do all this. You get rid of all this. All right. Until I see you next Sunday, keep working hard. Trust God. You can make it. You're already a victorious person. You're victorious, and just keep doing what you know how to do best. And then we'll see you again next Sunday. Until next Sunday, this is your host, Larry Dune. It's a pleasure discussing, sharing, and ruminating good information together. All right, have a blessed week, and good night from UK. Thank you. Bye.